Hey there, my name's Steve Spence. I am one of the owners of Project Mapit, and I wanted to give you a demo about what our product does, the value it brings to your business, and hopefully, if you still need a online screen share with one of our sales reps, feel free to schedule a demo using one of the calendars on our website. So, what you're looking at here, this little video, is what Project Mapit is, right? We're an interactive map, and we always start with our why, right? For those that have read Simon Sinek, we're a big believer in that. And we basically build our platform based off of our why. And over on the right-hand side, this is our why. So we believe that if you make trust visible, visual, like you're seeing here, that great contractors earn more work when their work is easy to see, easy to trust, and impossible to ignore. Look at all the reviews we've gotten. Look at all these jobs we've done in your local area. Check out some of the project photos that we've done. All filterable, as you can see here, as it's shifting through. If I want to see a weathered wood roof, in this case, the map changes and only shows weathered wood roofs. So that is our why. Our why is simply like, hey man, if you show a homeowner that like you're impossible to ignore because look at my book of business digitally, you're going to close more deals, which comes to this, second slide of our deck. Project Mapit shows that you're local, you're trusted, and you're proven. If we'll just use my name, Steve, and we'll say it's Steve's Roofing Company or Steve's Landscaping Company, you name your industry, Steve's Bathroom Remodeler. But if you can prove that everybody is following and using you and your services, then you're going to win more deals. This is our story. We started in 2018. I got to fix that, but we're one of the longest that I know of maps that are publicly out there for contractors. We started before anybody else. There were individual big, huge companies that had their own mapping platforms, I believe, but we're the one that started this whole trend. We started having a breakout momentum in 2020. Funny enough, that was COVID. We've grown every year since. We are built for every type of contractor. Roofing's our biggest in our profile of business. But we have landscapers, remodelers, general contractors, bathroom remodelers, decks, windows, you name it, realtors, we have it. We do, for the exterior remodeling companies like roofing and siding, we are powered by great integrations with ABC Supply, SRS, QXO, and we actually have a handful of other supply companies that we work with that can help get your map basically created for you and updated in real time. We are designed as a sales and marketing tool. Our competitors, I'm going to be honest and transparent with you, our competitors say, oh, we're going to help blow up your SEO and find you all over the internet and the interweb and all that stuff. We're a mapping platform. We could help with SEO. We could help with GEO, which is the new AI search models. I'm going to explain what part of our platform does for that purpose, for AI searchability. But in essence, we like to position ourselves as we're a sales tool. Do we have SEO benefits? Sure. Is it going to blow up your phone line at your office? No. And I don't believe personally that it does with any of our competitors, but that's just my own personal feeling. We have been built organically, very similar to probably what a lot of you have. We have not taken private investors yet, nor do we think we will. We've grassrooted this whole thing. Everything we've done is built on trust that we have earned in the industry from huge multi-billion-dollar companies like ABC, SRS, QXO, Certainteed, and more. So no investors. We're grassroots. We work our butts off. We're blue collar just like you're blue collar. So I think that's important for you to know our company story. These are some of our companies that we work with. We have great partners that we vet and have worked with for many years, and this is who they are. At this point, we would ask on a regular demo, if I was talking to you personally one-on-one, I'd ask, hey, tell us about your company. The things we like to know is, how long have you been in business? Brag about yourself a little bit. What makes you awesome? We like to know how you capture photos, where you store those photos. If you do a good job taking after photos, our product definitely wants after photos on it, and you'll see why when I do the demo. We always like to know what CRM you're using, what supply companies you are ordering from if you're a roofing, siding, exterior remodeling company. So CRMs are important. Supply companies are important. We do have a relationship, a very exclusive, good relationship with Certainteed. So if you are credentialed with Certainteed, there could be some benefits there for steeper discounts. This is our why. Trust starts before your sales reps ever knock on that door to provide a free estimate, if you provide free estimates, right? So before your consultants knock on the door, the homeowner's already made up their mind. In fact, depending on what study you read online or whatever, this couple right here, they've already decided. They've called 3 companies. They've already decided 57 to 70% of the way which of those 3 companies they're more likely going to use. And they're doing that based on the following, right? Everybody understands this. The internet is now everybody's, word of mouth. So people are searching you. They're looking at your Google business profile, seeing that you have 471 reviews in this case. They're checking your reviews out. They're checking your online presence out, your website, and they're starting to search in AI, whether that's Perplexity or Bing or ChatGPT. I open up my phone every time I want anything, and I've got ChatGPT literally in the top left of my phone. Like, I use ChatGPT like it's no one's business. There's the icon. You've all seen it, right? So how does that play as a role? So what are you doing as a company prior to your sales reps even walking out? And I talked to thousands of contractors in my 8 years here as the owner, and I can tell you that a lot of people are sending out like pre-communication emails, maybe saying, hey, little Stevie, that's my name, Steve's going to be at your house at 2 o'clock on Thursday to give you an estimate. Maybe it's a little more robust. Here's a slideshow of our company story. Maybe you're doing that ahead of time. More than likely, many aren't. And this is how we help with that, right? We do things 3 ways to get you in front of and show a homeowner why you're the best one for the job. And we put it in terms of, so these are the 3 aspects of our product that we pride ourselves on. And we put it in order of most important to least important, right? Most importantly is we are a sales tool. We're going to help you sell smarter. We're going to make it so that homeowner, it makes it impossible for them to ignore that you are doing work in their neighborhood. The second thing we have, which is a close second to this, is we are a review platform. We're going to go over what that looks like, but using QR codes or emails or whatever, we have a way to help capture reviews and also potentially get you more followers on social media. You might already have a great review platform that you love and you don't want to do. But what I found in speaking to our contractors, about 50 to 60% of the contractors we work with don't really have a process in place. We are a great process. And then finally, we have reviews. We have a public profile page, liken it to like an Angie page or a Yelp page, but it's just your page. So it's an extra online presence that essentially gets automatically updated. You never really have to do anything except for the initial onboarding part of our product. So this lives on the World Wide Web. This page is crawled by search engines that have it has really good metadata. We're going to talk about all 3 of those aspects. So then at this point of the demo, I would ask you, hey, what's your sales process like? We'd like to learn more about you because we are a sales tool. This is me with my buddy Phil and Kara, us staging this. So again, full transparency, blue collar. We don't have like thousands of dollars to put into, we don't have a $250,000 marketing budget a month. So sales tool first. That's what we want you to know. And we like to learn about your sales process. If you don't sit down at the kitchen table, that's okay. There's still ways to leverage Project Map It in the sales process. If you are sitting down at the kitchen table and you're providing a PowerPoint or your iPad version of PowerPoint or a Prezi or a Canva, or you're using something as cool as like Engage software, one of our partners, INGAGE, or maybe you're using a proposal tool like Roofer, Leap, Sumo Quote, one of those to show your company's story when you're sitting at the kitchen table. So we like to learn about what you do before your sales reps go out. We like to know what you do when you're actually at the house, and we like to know any of the follow-up procedures that you have, right? So standards, SOPs. We want to know about your SOPs, right? So before, during the appointment, and after the appointment. So we would learn a lot about you in that respect, and then we would help gear the rest of the demo to cater to exactly what your processes currently are. And then we'd get into our demo. So let's get into what Project Map It is. So this is the back end of Project Map It. So on the left-hand side, you see here, this is where we would where you're going to manage Project Map It. You can add projects, you can add photos and things like that. We have tons of customizations. I want you to know that. We're actually probably by the first of the quarter, if not the second, we're going to have a new user interface. So we're going to modernize the map and make it look even cooler. But currently we can brand the map to exactly what you want, right? So if your logo is red and black, and we can make this box any color you want, we can make the pins any color you want. These clusters can be different colors to match your color scheme and theme of your brand. This 225 just means there's 225 jobs you've done in that area. I don't know. See how like up here and here, the pins are so close together, it's just a C. And some people like that, right? Like we have customizations where if I wanted to do that, I could go into my map settings. I could go how your map will work, and you can ignore all this. So, but just to kind of give you a taste of the different settings we have. If you want to show 1,000,000 pins, there you go. We have the ability to show volume. We just don't like having to like click in there and having to, for a homeowner, it's hard to get around, right? So we set our pen limits to about 25. So if I click on that 225, it's going to zoom in. Just a cluster, zooms into more. So this alone, right, helps close a deal. What I just did, clicking on a cluster and saying, hey, we've done 31 jobs in your neighborhood. We are doing work in your neighborhood. We are local, right? Local, trusted, proven. Those are the 3 words we stand by. Quick refresh map button on the top right. If you don't want pins and you want these pins to be houses, here's a map right here that shows a bunch of houses, right? With the this is their logo. So we match the theme of their map to match their logo. Okay. If you have a cool logo so if you wanted this part instead of a house or a pin to be, if you'd rather be your logo and you have a good logo that would look like a cool pin, we can make your logo the pin. So this is just understanding tons of customizations. If you are a roofing company, you want the actual address, the full address on the pin itself. You don't need the full address. If you're an interior, we have pest control companies, right? Like, why would a pest control company want the full address? You don't need it. So in our settings, again, tons of customizations, we can just put the city, state, and zip code. We can take the address out. If you're an industry like a bathroom remodeler, somebody that does work interior, or if you're a pest control company and you don't need the full address, then you can make that go away. So again, just reiterating, tons of customizations, perfectly legal in the United States to put a full address without permission. People ask that, so I'm just going to provide that for you. The map is customizable in that you can load any projects with photos you want. So if you look, this map has 2,173 pins associated to it. Out of those 2,173 pins, 240 of them are project pins with photos, right? So let's start with how the map interacts. It's all about the buttons at the top, and it is all about the gallery pictures that you see here, right? So let's start from right to left. The first thing I want you to understand is let's look at your Google business profile. So this is one of our customers. They got 229 Google reviews. We have a direct integration with your Google reviews and your Google business profile, right? The first thing is we can bring in all 229 Google reviews. And if you get another Google review today and now you have 230, our system will pull in all new Google reviews. So once you connect Project Map it to your Google review account, your Google business profile, like you see here, it automatically updates new reviews. Also on the Google business profile, it's taking these out a lot more. If I go to an incognito window and just here, I'll search Project Map it. So in our Google business profile, you have Google business updates. In an incognito window, it shows, for whatever reasons, Google is starting to take these off for public views, but we have the ability to connect and add a new post, a new Google business profile post update, which is what you're seeing here, straight from within our system. So you can be in Project Map it and post to your Google business profile. So right now, Pinnacle has 100 reviews. If I click on that, there are their 100 Google reviews. Okay. The reviews can also be associated within the pin. So here's the review. Okay. So we can connect Google reviews automatically. We are our own review platform as well, and I'm going to get to that. So all of the Google reviews are there, and they can be embedded onto the pin itself. Okay. You can put the customer's name, or you can remove the name from the review. That's up to you. Again, lots of privacy and customizations. These yellow stars, people ask, it just means, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry. Let's click this one. It means that A yellow star means a project map it review is on that pin. Okay. So that's the review button. Media, you'll see the map change. There's 2,000 pins. When I click on this, only 240 pins are going to show. So there they are. So I can click on any pin and know that there's going to be a picture on that pin. Okay. A lot of people don't use that button as much. You can search by location by typing in. This is like in the sales call. If I type in the person's address that I'm sitting at the kitchen counter with, that sometimes if you type in their name, it's like a wow factor. The homeowner sees you type it in their name and then you click on it, it'll zoom right in. And then you can zoom out as a sales rep. If you're on an iPad, you can pinch out a little bit and you'd say, yeah, we've done 3 up in your neighborhood here, 1 over there, about 4 or 5 on your street. So that's the search by location. And then the bread and butter is right here, everybody. This is where you see the type of service and any subcategories of that service. So here's an example. This is Certainty Landmark. It's a roofing manufacturing company, and these are the different colors of the roof. Just some other ideas. Remodeling services. This is fully customizable. So we work with you to get these categories, filters, if you will, that will work for your sales rep, right? So if I'm a bathroom remodeler, you can put remodeling services, bathrooms, kitchens, whatever. What happens is when you click on bathrooms, the map changes to only show pins with bathrooms. And then over on the gallery side over here, any pictures that you have bathrooms of, you have access to. And I can now quickly access jobs that we've done with photos of our work and be able to click on that thumbnail and show that bathroom. Okay. That's pretty. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. So this is fully customizable. This is the bread and butter of our system. Sales reps love this. If I want to look for a Moray Black roof, I can click on that. The map changes to only show Moray Black, and now I have a gallery full of Moray Black roofs. Again, fully customizable. You can do whatever you want with it. We live on a website, so here's an example out of Virginia, Maryland area. Matt Marshall, the owner, thank you for allowing us to use you as an example. So we usually put an image on the homepage that says view our projects. Right? And then it's a dedicated page with the project map platform. It works on any website. It's just a simple embed code. That's how that works. So, let's get to how people leverage us. So the first way is leveraging project mapping in the sales process, pre-appointment emails, right? Instead of just having that email say, hey, Steve's going to be out from Steve's Roofing Company Thursday at 2:00. If you have any questions, call the office. Let's beef that pre-communication cycle up, whether it's a text, whether it's a phone call, whether it's an email like you're seeing here. Maybe you just have someone call in the office and your office administrator says, hey, go to our website. We want you to know we're reputable and we do work in your neighborhood. On our website, there's this mapping platform. Just click here and you'll be able to see that all the work we've done. You can even dive down to like the type of work that we do. So adding a link, if you're doing something like a text or an email that says portfolio of past work, and when they click on that link, it takes them to the Project Map It platform. You know, you can bring it right to your website where it lives. That would be a good way of thinking of it. So any kind of pre-communications, in-home sales appointments. This is Stefan Vasquez. I've been on probably 5 or 6 now appointments, like free estimates from different contracting industries. This is Stefan. He closed the deal on the spot. He saved Project Map It. He has it pulled up on his iPad right now. It was his last slide of his presentation. And in it, he tells the customer, he's like, hey, so the last slide's my favorite because it's the last slide of the presentation, which means it's over. He had sat at the kitchen table for about 20, 25 minutes talking with the customer and telling the company story through his digital presentation. And then ultimately closed it with the last slide being Project Map It. He opened up Project Map It right away, husband, wife. Wife goes, holy crap, is that all the work you've done in the area? And he's like, yes, it is. So they dove down into the community where he was sitting at the kitchen table. There was a pin like, half a mile down, and she knew who that person was, which was pretty cool. And then she was trying to choose between 2 different types of color shingles. She was getting a new roof. One was pewter, one was called charcoal black. He was able to use that filtering system that I just showed you, the 2 different colors, and pull up pictures. And she points to this iPad and says, I love this software because it shows me, like, it gives me a visual instead of just the shingle board, which is, for roofing companies, it's a small, sample of what the color of the shingle looks like. She goes, I can really, really see it on the house. So I appreciated that. So yeah, he closed the job right there on the spot. Any proposals that you have, I think this is going to just keep rotating, but if you have a proposal, whether that's an email proposal or whether it's an email proposal or a proposal that you're showing at the kitchen table that has your company story, we can create a one-page PDF that you can stick in every single proposal. So you might go back to the office and send it. You might do the proposal right there on the spot when you give the free estimate. But in that proposal, imagine, and we'll build this page for you, a page that says local, proven, trusted, proven, and then it's a link to your map. So that's a way people use it. And then, if you do any home and garden shows, here's that same example that I showed you on the live demo. This is Pinnacle Roofing out of Rhode Island. He texted me this picture. He's like, Steve, you don't know how many people have come up to us and said, is that all the work you've done in our area? So I thought that was pretty cool. People put, QR codes to the map where it lives on their website. Always drive traffic to your website. Put it on their truck wraps and then some door hangers, things like that. So that's how people use us as a sales tool. Now, at this point, I would talk about the review platform. So if you have a review platform that you just love and you've been using it for years and you're not going to bend and you're not going to use our review platform, you can fast forward this part of the demo. But we basically, on the right side here, you're going to see this review page, right? So within Project Map It, you build out this page that you're looking at. I believe it's right here. So this reviews page, you build out, you can put your Google reviews. You'll see here, this is a Project Map It review. So this is showing that you get the review right there, but then I'll show you what a Project Map It review is right now. So this is what our review platform runs. It doesn't require a login, right? So the reason our review platform is well received by our customers is because they might be asking for a Google review all the time, but not everybody has a Gmail account, so they can't leave you a Google review. Our platform, coupled with a QR code that you can embed right on, you can bookmark right to your phone's home screen. So let's say you have 3 sales reps that ask for reviews as soon as the job is done. You can bookmark it, meaning on your phone, just put a little bookmark that opens up this QR code. This QR code takes the homeowner directly to this page. So I have here's the title, Let Your Customers Brag About You. So the best time to ask for a review as soon as the job is done, right? So you can ask after every job, right there on the spot. You already know if the customer is happy with you or not. So it's like, hey, Mary, is there anything that Steve's Roofing Company, Steve's Decking Company did that would not want you to leave us a 5-star review? And Mary says, no, Steve, you guys did a great job. Cool. Do you mind? And then you bust this out. Or maybe it's a tap card that has the QR code that takes you to this landing page. So do you mind leaving a review? Mary just said that she was going to leave you a review. So she's not going to say, no, I'm not going to leave you a review. So at that point, I would say, cool, I have this QR code. I'm going to walk around the house or I'm going to be inside and clean up one more time. Do you mind just tapping this, tapping your phone here or opening up your phone and scanning this QR code? It's going to take you to this landing page. Mary, do you have a Gmail account? No, Steve, I don't. Oh, that's okay. You know what? We use this company called Project Map. It requires no login. I'm going to clean up the house one more time, or I'm going to go outside and clean up the house one more time, make sure I pick up all the nails. While I'm doing that, do you mind just leaving us a Project Map It review? So you're getting that review right on the spot. We would ask what your current sales process is. What are your top 3 reviews? I've already said it. A lot of people, funny enough, don't know this, but if you're only asking for a Google review, whether that's an email that you send out through a CRM that you use, or maybe you already have a tap card and it's a Google tap card. They don't have a Gmail account. They can't leave you a Google review. So what do you do next? That's where Project Map It can really help out. We ask how you ask for reviews. Maybe you're using great programs like Podium or any of those, Guild Quality. Those are great platforms, and we speak very highly of all of them. But if you don't have a method, consider using Project Map It. There is a video at the bottom here. I think it says it right here. Happy customers. If you go one page over, this lady right here, Kristen, she is the vice president of operations. She called me about 4 months ago and said, Steve, our sales reps love your program. A lot of our customers in our area don't have Gmail accounts. So we've literally in the last 2 months been able to collect 200 Project Map It reviews and about 60 Google reviews using your platform. So just wanted to share with you that. I immediately drove up to New Jersey, which is where they're out of. You can watch this video. And I talked to her and got that video testimonial. This is important to understand. If you ask in person, you're going to get anywhere from 50 to 76% of conversion. Meaning if you're asking in person when the job is done, you're going to get 50 to 76% of the reviews actually filled out. If you're sending a text request, it's about a 20% conversion of actually getting it filled out. Emails, 10 to 15 conversion rate for one email. I've actually seen it as low as 9.1%. If you send more than one email, it ups the conversion rate, obviously. And then maybe you leave behind a card, right? You can leave behind a card with a QR code that leads to that reviews landing page that our system does. Gives about a 10%. So if you don't have a true way of asking for reviews within the back end of our system, you can ask for a review using our email system. So the way that works is here, I'll even show you. I could go into projects and project map it. Let's say I wanted to give this person a review. I just click that. Oh, I'm just kidding. I click this button here and it opens this up. And then I just click this blue button that says request a review, and then your review is requested. Okay, so our review platform is pretty easy. It's 3 emails that go out. So again, more than one email. You can tell the email, like follow-up email number 2, goes out 2 days later. So you can program how many days in between each email goes out. I've already showed you this, so you have a better understanding already. That's our review platform. The last thing is our public profile page, and this is what our public profile page looks like. So everybody has this white background page. It's templated, just so you know. The map goes on there, so here's the map that a customer can obviously search through. If you use a company called Roofer, and we're about to install Demand IQ, it's an instant estimator tool where you can get started and say where you live and what kind of roof you're looking for and stuff like that. There's a write-up that my company can do or you can do using ChatGPT. AI can write your company stuff. It has how you get information, like how I contact that company. It gives all the different projects. We have the ability to write job descriptions. We don't do it. You would do it. We're actually building out AI to help you get this process done as well a little quicker. But every project can have written descriptions, and then all of your reviews at the bottom are associated with this page. So this page has a ton of metadata in it. It tells you the type of roof in this scenario, the color of the roof. It was a residential roof. It tells you the city and state, things like that. So there's some really good information on this page. This is what we say about this page, right? Why does your public profile page matter? First of all, it's a reputation builder, right? Our tool is built. Remember our why. It's to show that you can't be ignored from a homeowner. That's what that page does. It gives you real life work that you've done. It gives the reviews. It shows project photos. It includes all the reviews. So it shows that you do work in the neighborhood through the mapping platform. So it's a reputation builder. So a professional branded page that builds credibility with trust of photos, pins, and reviews. Search visibility. AI is a big thing now that I think all of you know. Search engines are looking for your entire online presence, not just your website, right? So when somebody goes into ChatGPT or Perplexity or something like that, they're looking, AI is searching all over the internet, not just you. AI, people are asking questions. And what I mean by that is this: what Detroit, Michigan residential roofing company have the best reputation? And then here's this AI overview. So within Microsoft Edge, whatever browser, within Google Chrome, within Safari, there's this AI overview that is now occurring, right? Or maybe a homeowner isn't going there. A homeowner goes directly to ChatGPT, right? And they're saying, I'm looking to get a new roof installed. I live in Detroit. Help me find some jobs or help me find some companies. Great. Hey, Steve, here's 2 solid roofing companies. So AI is becoming a much larger search engine, right? So our platform, our public profile page, can help with that AI searchability. Anytime you have another online presence, another page, if you will, it gives that authority boost. One more trusted page that validates your business name and location, and that's what our system does. It's highly enriched, like I said, with all sorts of information, right? So that is what our tool does. The onboarding process is not hard. So it just depends. The first thing we always need to do is we need to get pins on your map. We have integrations with, this says SRS, but we have integrations with ABC Supply, SRS. So if you're a roofing company, QXO, Universal Supply, J&L Material, J&L Building Supply, Erie Material. We have a bunch of supply companies that we integrate with. We will help you get it added to your website when you're ready and you got pins, pictures, and reviews connected. That's pretty simple. So we'll even load some pictures for you if you really want it, or you can do it. It's up to you. But we'll work with your website company when you're ready to embed it on there. We are a photo documentation system. We are also integrated with Company Cam. But within our system, you can take pictures within our web app. We're not an app that you find in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You bookmark our web version to your phone, and then from there you can take pictures. So if you don't have like a photo taking system already, we can be that solution for you. And then we provide trainings. Usually it's 30 to 45-minute trainings. The first one is just a general training like, hey, let's talk about project map it. Let's talk about how to add photos and pins and stuff like that so that it fits your business model. So what's the most efficient way of updating your map? The second one is, hey, this is how you infuse it in the sales process. So in 2026, our pricing is changing and it's going to reflect the following. It completely just depends on whether or not you have up to 500 pins. So in other words, 499 pins or less on your map, total pins. If you have from 1 pin all the way up to 499 pins, you're in the Pro plan. Anything 500 and above, you're in the Enterprise plan. That's as simple. We make it real simple. You get all the bells and whistles. The only thing that differentiates is under 500 pins or over 500 pins. We have companies, by the way, with like 23, 40,000 pins. So we offer monthly and yearly, and there's a one-time onboarding fee. So for Pro, it's either $199 a month with a $300 onboarding fee. If you go yearly, you save 5% of $199, so it's only $22.70 for the year. So you save a little bit more there, and we drop the one-time onboarding fee to $100. So it's $199 or $22.70 a year with a one-time fee. Anything over 500 pins, you're talking $249 a month or $28.50 for the year, including those one-time onboarding fees. If it's hidden behind my picture here, my video on the bottom left, but we offer partner pricing. So any of those partners that we had that you saw earlier, if you work with any of them, you get 15% off. If you work with Certainteed, you get more than 15% off, just to be very clear. So keep that in mind. Corporate plans, that is for companies that are larger than one location. So if you have more than one location, the new partner pricing starts at like $1,900 per location. So corporate, you're going to have to talk to one of us and we will work with you and your team to figure out what that corporate license fee would be for per location. But you obviously aren't going to pay this much money per location. We offer monthly and yearly for corporate accounts as well with multiple locations. So that's our pricing. Again, Certainteed, you get a little bit more off depending on what credential status you are. So you can talk to one of our sales team members and we will explain all of that for you. The ROI, just so you understand, right? Like, let's say the average price ticket is $14,000 for your company, right? Let's say your sales rep goes on about 20 leads a month and your sales rep closes 33%. We have found that Project Map, so your sales rep is essentially bringing in 92.4 a month for your company. If you infuse Project Map It, we have learned that there is a close rate that increases about 3 to 10%, depending how much you leverage Project Map It. So let's go on the smaller end. If you increase from 33 to 36%, that's going to be an average monthly income of 10,000 or 100,000 instead of 92. So you're getting about 8,400 extra a month from that sales rep, which is $100,800. Our biggest price ticket is going to be $2,850, right? So that's our 2026 pricing, $2,850 or $249 a month. That's for anything that of a map that has 500 pins or more. If it's 500 or less, if it's 499 pins or less, you're what's considered our Pro plan, and that's $199 a month or $22.70 a year. So you're looking at monthly $199 or $249. Yearly, you're looking at either $22.70 or $28.50. And with one rep that can bring in a potential $100,000 more because you're using us in the sales process is going to help. I mean, if you increase that by 10%, you're looking at a potential increase of revenue of $336,000, and we're saying the biggest price point is $2,850. Again, if you keep going through this deck, and we'll make sure that you have a link to it, you can click on any of these buttons and it'll show you some text message or Instagram messages that I've gotten over the years. It'll show you some of the information from video testimonials of our customers. If you want, you can see the photo documentation system on your phone and how it works. Or you can see, that's me and my wife. You can see how the review platform works, right? Like in the review platform, you can open up the QR code on your phone very simply by bookmarking, and then it takes the homeowner on their phone So on their phone, they would go and leave you a Google review or a Project Map It review like you see here. That's it. I hope this helps. Please feel free to schedule a demo with one of our customer success, with one of our sales reps at Project Map It, or shoot us an email with any questions or give us a call. We'll be happy to answer them. But we just appreciate you watching this video and giving us a consideration. Take care.